And good afternoon. Queen Elizabeth died today at her country home in Scotland. She passed away peacefully and surrounded by family. It became clear this morning the Queen's health was grave as the royal family rushed to her side. For generations of people, Queen Elizabeth was the only British monarch they have known. Our Steve Shamraz joins us live near the Highbury pub with more. Steve.
Carol, we're going to hear from some of the Queen's subjects in just a moment as we found a few of them reacting to the news in this pub here in Bayview. But this day really does mark a milepost in history. A woman who served in World War II and then saw her country through 7 turbulent decades is now gone. As one of the Brits I spoke with inside the pub told me, not everybody in the UK is a supporter of the monarchy, but Queen Elizabeth, she was universally beloved. Among the statements marking her passing, this from the Queen's oldest son, known before today as Prince Charles, from this day on as King Charles III, the King, saying, "We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother. I know her loss will be deeply felt throughout the country." It has been said that the British and the Americans are people separated by a common language. Case in point is where we have landed today, the Highbury pub in Bayview. To the Brits, this is a football bar. We know it is soccer. But on this day, the Highbury is a touchstone for those thousands of miles away from their home on a momentous day in British history. On the day Queen Elizabeth died, Nick's and Alexander Bailey found themselves hearing the news from half a world away.
It's a bit surreal, really, sitting here in a bar in Milwaukee hearing that the Queen's died, because I think a lot of people were shocked. I think most people thought she was going to live quite a long time. Her mother lived to be over 100. The
father and son from 20 miles outside of London landed in Milwaukee to take in a Brewers game, but paused with us to reflect on the Queen's passing. Something that will require some adjustment.
I think, no, the Queen is widely admired, respected, was widely admired. I have to talk about her in the past tense now, which is odd, talking about it in the past tense.
I'm not sure it's sunk in, to be honest. I don't know. I think maybe when I get back to the UK and I see if there's any sort of different atmosphere or different attitude towards the royals, then maybe it'll seem different, but I don't know, maybe the first time you sing the national anthem and have to sing different words, it'll sink in at that point.
Just down the bar, Jazz Singh had been watching the news since yesterday. He was surprised at just how quickly the Queen passed and the world changed.
I was really worried when I heard last night that she was in hospital, and I was dreading it would be quickly, and unfortunately that's the way it turned out.
Now his country will have to adjust to something it has not had to face in most people's lifetimes. A new king with goodwill that needs to be earned.
I think it's going to be a difficult transition, especially with his background, especially what happened with Diana, and it'll be interesting how that transition, I just hope it works out smoothly.
As we've said now several times, Queen Elizabeth's reign spanned 7 decades. Here's a brief look at what some of those years looked like. She was born in April 1926 to the Duke and the Duchess of York. In 1947, she married Philip, their marriage lasting 73 years. He died just last year. After the death of her father, Elizabeth became queen. Her crowning ceremony was in 1953, and it was the first to be broadcast on television. 4 years later, the Queen met President Eisenhower. In total, she met with 13 American presidents, the most recent being President Joe Biden. Fast forward to 2015, Queen Elizabeth earned the title of the longest reigning monarch in British history. Queen Elizabeth had 4 children, 8 grandchildren, and 12 great-grandchildren. Her legacy will carry on, Carol.
Yeah, Steve, I was always amazed at how young she was. You know, when she took the throne, and she really was handling it with such grace and dignity. It was amazing. And the NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt takes you to London tonight as the world remembers the woman who changed the monarchy forever. Nightly News starts at 5:30.